Scores of families from Douma area in Damascus countryside escape from the control of terrorist groups and seek protection at military checkpoints. The students of Al-Baath party stage a solidarity stand in honor of their colleagues who fell martyrs as a result of the terrorist explosion which took place in Al-Hadara street. The first batch of US military experts will arrive in the Middle East shortly to train terrorists operating in Syria. Good afternoon, this is news in English from the Syrian television in Damascus. Dozens of families from Douma area in Damascus countryside managed to escape areas under the control of the armed terrorist groups and sought protection at the Syrian army's military checkpoints. Units of the Syrian army managed to evacuate about 107 people from Ashifoni and Hosh al-Fara, which are located east of Douma. Later, the families were transported to housing centers in the area of Ad-Duair. More than 5,000 people fled areas under the control of terrorists in several parts of Damascus countryside last week, in addition to 800 gunmen from the same area who have turned themselves in to authorities. Evacuated people expressed high appreciation for the Syrian army's personnel who offered sacrifices to evacuate them and make them reach safe areas peacefully. Syrian army units carried out a series of successful operations in Idlib and Homs countrysides that resulted in the killing of scores of terrorists. Most of them were Chechen nationalities. An army unit managed to repel an attack launched by terrorists against Qarmus village. The ISIS gatherings in Rahmoun and Rahum were also targeted in the eastern parts of Homs countryside. An army source said that members of the terrorist groups stationed there were killed or wounded and their ammunition destroyed. In Tel Kalakh, an army unit foiled a penetration attempt made by terrorists in Al-Hadara area near the Syrian-Lebanese borders. In Quneitra countryside, several terrorists were killed or injured in the village of Hasno when an army unit targeted their gatherings and destroyed their ammunition. In Homs, the students of Al-Baath University staged a solidarity stand in honor of the souls of their colleagues who fell martyrs as a result of the terrorist explosions which took place in Al-Hadara street. The participants stressed their determination to continue the education process and defeat terrorism. The United States Secretary of Defense Chuck Hagel ordered the sending of the first batch of U.S. experts to the Middle East, which includes 100 U.S. soldiers. The experts or the soldiers will train the terrorists called by Washington as moderate opposition in Syria. Earlier, the United States Defense Department announced its intention to send at least 1,000 soldiers to train terrorists in special camps hosted by Saudi Arabia, Qatar, and Turkey. The new step emphasizes the United States' insistence to press ahead with supporting terrorism. The Iraqi Ministry of Defense announced the killing of 22 gunmen from ISIS terrorist organization, the destroying of 2 cars and a house for terrorists in 3 areas to the southeast of Al-Fallujah. The security source in Diyala Governorate said that the army, in cooperation with locals, started to liberate Sharwin village to the east of Baquba. The source added that ISIS Mufti in Al-Miqdadiyya was killed along with his guards. Going to Lebanon, where Lebanese army units continue deploying in the hills surrounding Al-Hamra Hill. After regaining them back from terrorists, as the Lebanese army is cleansing now all the areas adjacent to Baalbek top, the Lebanese national news agency showed that the army has found 3 bodies for Lebanese soldiers killed after terrorist attacks in Baalbek. And with this we conclude our news for today. Thank you for watching. For more details about Syria and the region, and to view this bulletin again, you can always visit our website in English, www.syriaonline.sy. Now to the latest business and market news with Naliman, but after a short break.